Now return to the real Ghostbusters.
These episodes are not in broadcast order. I designed this list to have a decent flow, sort of like a really excellent season of a streaming series. Speaking of streaming, these episodes are currently available to stream on Amazon Prime. Let's get started.
Number 1.
Citizen Ghost was not the first episode to air, but it should have been because it explains everything. Picking up shortly after their skirmish with Gozer, we learn what happened to those beige jumpsuits and why exactly Slimer is living with them as an ectoplasmic pet.
Hey, no problem. We'll just fix the place up better than before, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Sure. Piece of cake. The second order of business is to rebuild the containment grid so we'll have some place to put the ghosts. This time I think I'll make it bigger.
Also featuring one of the coolest spectral concepts in the entire show.
Number 2.
The Boogeyman cometh, and so does the origin of Egon's interest in the supernatural.
I remember you.
Egon, move!
No, not again.
The Boogeyman is a legendary real Ghostbusters villain. You will get to see what happens when the Ghostbusters can't rely on their traps to stop a threat.
This is the Boogeyman's realm. A sort of in-between place that opens into children's rooms all over the world.
You may also wonder if Pixar stole the idea for the closet dimension from this episode.
Number 3.
Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood, a very strong episode showing precisely what this animated series is capable of.
What?
Who said what?
What?
Did you say what?
Peter, I'm trying to work.
Peter Venkman Possessed on Saturday morning TV.
Peter, wait! What are you doing?
Stay away.
Number 4.
When Halloween was forever. After decades of being mystically imprisoned in a stone clock, Samhain, the spirit of Halloween, is released in New York City. He is determined to bring on never-ending darkness.
Much to do to make sure that Halloween never ends. That from this moment on, the world shall know only eternal night.
Number 5.
Mr. Sandman, Dream Me a Dream. In this episode, the Sandman has a plan to achieve world peace.
When I'm finished, the world will sleep for 500 years.
Number 6.
Take 2. The Ghostbusters are flown out to Hollywood to consult on a film based on their lives.
It looks just like the real thing.
That's why we wanted you here to advise us, make sure we're doing it right. After all, this is your life story.
No problem, as long as you got the right people to play us. Admit it, Redford was dying to play me, right?
Not exactly. Here's the cast list.
Murray, Aykroyd, and Ramis? What's that, a law firm?
That's right, the film we all know and love is based on their lives. They are the real Ghostbusters, after all.
Will you be quiet?
While the boys are busy consulting, a studio spirit is awakened from a 20-year slumber.
Number 7.
Xmas marks the spot.
Christmas isn't Peter's favorite season. His father was always away at Christmas. That affects you after a while.
It's easier to shrug that off if you pretend you don't care about Christmas.
And you pretend it long enough, pretty soon you believe it.
After mysteriously being whisked back to 1837 England,
Hey, over here! I found civilization!
Wow. Talk about your basic old neighborhood. This place is ancient.
It's also not on the map as far as I can remember.
The Ghostbusters unknowingly stop the ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future from doing their job. When they return to present-day New York City, they discover that Christmas is no longer really celebrated.
A tree for Christmas? Bah!
That's right. They canceled Christmas. Nobody tell Tucker Carlson.
That's the end of civilization.
Part Christmas Carol, part It's a Wonderful Life, all Ghostbusters.
No one interferes with Ebenezer Scrooge's sleep.
I still say it wasn't my fault. I told her to keep the cat out of my way. I mean, it's not like the fur won't grow back or anything.
Forget it, Ray. I guess we're all just a little bugged about having to work on Christmas Eve, right, Peter?
Doesn't bother me. Christmas is just another day.
Number 8.
Knock knock. Subway workers encounter a talking door and they are warned.
Do not open until doomsday.
Maybe we ought to do like it says.
Are you nuts? We've got a subway tunnel to dig. We're not gonna stop just cause some nut door says so.
But I'm sure you can see where this is heading.
Over here, quick! Look, over there, more dirt. And what's that? Oh, sorry, more dirt.
Once again, the Ghostbusters must act quickly to save the world.
If we don't do it now, the breach will soon be too powerful for us to close it. It'll be the end of everything. Wait a second. If we're inside when the door closes, we'll be trapped, yes, with no way home.
Egon, you kidder. I'll bet you knew this all along and just didn't tell us, am I right?
It's our only chance.
Number 9.
Ragnarok and roll. When Jeremy gets his heart broken, he decides there's too much pain in the world. So he's going to bring it to an end with his magic flute. There weren't too many real Ghostbusters episodes where the stakes were world-ending. Both Ragnarok and Knock Knock were from the syndicated run of episodes, where the creators were allowed a little more freedom than they had on Saturday morning.
Number 10.
Ghostbuster of the Year. The boys are pitted against each other in a contest sponsored by Spooks Illustrated magazine. They must spend the night in a haunted castle. The first one to capture the ghost of Charles Foster Hearst will be Ghost Hunter of the Year. This one mixes The Haunting with Citizen Kane?
Rosebud.
Number 11.
The Grundle.
You should be able to do whatever you want. Anything, if it's what you want to do. And what you really want to do is invite me in.
The Grundle is a creepy SOB who likes to manipulate children.
Curious. I wonder what made it go off.
Why do good kids go bad?
Alec! Help me!
Sorry, Alec doesn't live here anymore.
It may just be the Grundle's fault.
Are we having fun yet?
Number 12.
The Boogeyman is back. After a near-death experience, Egon generates enough fear to give the Boogeyman enough strength to escape from his dimensional prison.
What's that?
This time, the Ghostbusters must stop Boogie for good.
Number 13.
Flip side. After being swept away to the land of Boo York City by a mysterious Oz-like tornado, the Ghostbusters encounter their otherworldly doppelgangers, the People Busters.
Let's clean the house, boys.
They have guns.
So do we. Nail 'em.
I just love it anytime a show features evil alternate versions of the show's protagonist.
Number 14.
Halloween 2.5. Sam Hain's little goblin buddies sneak into Ghostbusters headquarters and manage to release their leader from the ecto-containment unit.
Believe it, Sam Hain.
You
didn't actually think you could keep Samhain, the spirit of Halloween, locked up forever, did you, Ghostbuster?
Well, this time, Sammy transforms the firehouse into his spooky lair.
Everybody all right?
Yeah, but I can't say the same for the firehouse.
Once again, determined to bring upon eternal Halloween.
Number 15.
Janine, you've changed. Well, this was not the final episode of the show, but it definitely works as a really nice finale. The character designs on the show stayed pretty much the same over the years, except for Janine. Broadcast standards and practices constantly pushed for a softer Janine.
I can't believe this. It's like there's two Janines.
Do they just look different, or are they really different?
Yes.
Meaning she was different in nearly every season.
Her voice has changed as well.
Even losing her Brooklyn accent.
Activating holographic comparison grid now. There. This is the old Janine. And this is the new Janine.
Well, this episode gives us an in-universe explanation for what was going on with Janine.
What I want to know is how come nobody noticed this change before?
If there's some supernatural force at work preventing us from noticing this, that might explain it.
And why nobody seemed to notice.
Oh, fairy godmother! It's an emergency!
Yes, Jimmy. You summoned me?
It's just not right yet. Can't you make me any prettier?
This is the third time this week. Are you sure you want this to continue?
Absolutely.
As I'm editing this, I realized I wanted to point out a couple of more things. Standards and practices also put Ray's stance on a pretty serious diet over the years. Because, you know, they're always concerned about childhood obesity, except for when it comes to finding actual solutions.
We don't know why Janine's been going along with this.
Oh, don't we, Egon?
Possible that it may turn her against us. It's even possible that we're already too late.
Well, this episode hit me pretty hard. I didn't see it when it aired originally on Saturday morning. I saw it a few years later as an adult, and it's a pretty heavy topic for a animated series about ghost busting to take on. Particularly for anybody who has never been happy with what they look like.
Janine, you've got to listen to me.
No! It's your fault! All of it! I did it for you! I wanted to be prettier so you'd notice me!
It's kind of funny that standards and practices were so concerned with softening Janine, because I'm pretty sure lots of little boys and girls fell in love with her just the way she was.
You guys go on ahead. I'll catch up in a minute. Cold?
A little.
So, would you maybe like to go see a movie sometime?
So that's my 15-episode watch list. If anybody out there decides to watch these episodes in this order, let me know what you thought in the comments below.
Let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Thanks for watching.